I'm here with Home Inspector James Dobney. Thank you so much for joining us.
Glad to be here.
And although it's a beautiful day today, winter is coming. And so today we're going to talk about everything we need to do on our homes to help winterize them. And there's a lot to do.
It's not going to stay like this.
No.
Lots to do, and better to be doing it now than when there's 1.5 feet of snow and it's well below zero. So
I think that sounds like a good idea. Should we get started?
let's do it.
Okay.
Sam, one of the things to think about in the wintertime is that things get slippery because it's raining all the time, there's snow, walkways get slippery, stairs get slippery, and particularly wooden stairs. So what I like to see on wooden steps is something to keep people from slipping. So in this case we have a metal attachment on them that's screwed to the treads. Nobody's going to slip on that. That's a great option. There are other options. There's various kinds of tape you can put on. For concrete stairs, there are paints that you can put on that have grit in them that keep people from slipping on them. So really something to think about. This house has a crawl space, Sam, and one thing about crawl spaces is if they're not heated, and most of them aren't, they probably have vents around the outside. And because those vents are open, if it gets really cold, there's a danger of pipes freezing. So my suggestion is when we're going to have an extended period of cold weather, close the crawl space vents off. And some of them have louvers on. You can just grab them, you can actually slide them over and close them. And if not, you can put insulation in, block it off with a piece of plywood, and make sure that the cold isn't going to get in and freeze the pipes. And then open it up again, of course, when it warms up in the spring. Light just came on. It's on a motion sensor. In the wintertime, it's dark in the mornings, it's dark when you come home at night, and rather than fumble around for a light switch, it's a good idea to have a light that comes on automatically when you come up approaching a doorway.
So now we're inside the crawl space. And what should we be doing here?
Well, we're inside the basement, but we'll pretend it's a crawl space.
Okay.
And if we want to insulate the pipes to keep them from freezing or help keep them from freezing, pipe insulation.
Pipe insulation. Okay, you had a long piece. You just cut
Cut it
to
with
your
scissors.
specifications with the scissors. And then you just wrap this around the pipe.
That's it.
Okay. Let me ask you to hold that. Thank you.
Be happy to.
That's it?
There you go.
It's warm?
It's warm.
Okay.
Less likely to freeze.
Great.
And another thing that we need to do with the pipes is shut off the water inside and drain the water on the hose bib.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you drain out the water.
Okay. And I just take this.
Yep, turn that small knob, keep the plate under. There we go.
It's working.
It's working. There we go. So what that means is that the water that's between the shutoff and the outside faucet is not going to freeze because we've drained it out.
Right.
So very important.
Okay. Last drop.
Sam, one of the things to be aware of this time of year is all the leaves are coming off the trees, and when they do, a lot of them are going to land on your roof. From your roof, they're going to go into your gutters. And when your gutters get filled up, it means that you can't control the drainage from your roof. So if they overflow, the water will end up next to your foundation. You can get problems with leaking into your basement. And also, what will happen is when it gets cold, you'll get ice dams, and that can cause your roof to leak. So bottom line is get the leaves out of your gutters. Get up there and clean them off or put some kind of guards on them.
So James is putting me to work. Thanks, James.
My
cleaning
pleasure.
the gutters. Okay, let's see what you got up here. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's slimy. Oh. Okay, incoming. Oh.
So Samantha, if you want to keep your hands clean
I do.
and not go up a ladder, an alternative is to use gutter guards. And they come in various styles. You can buy them yourself and put them in. You can have companies put them in. But what happens is the leaves actually sit on top of them. When the wind blows, they blow off on their own, or the water will take them away.
Good idea. And James has one last winterizing tip for us, and this one's a really important one.
It is. Not really winterizing, but
Something to look at.
Something to look at and something to think about. In the wintertime, you're more likely to have fires, cooking over Christmas, generally inside the house a lot more, using your heating system. So a couple things: smoke alarm, carbon monoxide alarm, and fire extinguisher. And a few things that people probably don't know about smoke alarms. One in particular is that you shouldn't use them for more than 10 years. And there is a date on them. And if you take it off and look inside, you can see with the date. In this case, 2005, so 5 years old. That's okay, but when it gets over 10 years old, you should replace them. Carbon monoxide alarms should be outside the area that you're sleeping. So if you get any leakage of carbon monoxide from your furnace, from your car in the garage, that alarm's going to go off. Very important. Fire extinguisher, obviously what it's for. There's a needle on it, and you want to check and make sure that's in the green to make sure that it's fully charged. Otherwise, it's not going to do you much good.
Good point. Thank you so much, James. Those are great tips.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for all of them.